Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, total world victory of Hare Krishna. My name is Sitapati Danna.
And my name is Dana Devi.
And this is Bhagavad-gītā 2:46. We're streaming this from an Airbnb where we're staying. We're at Leonard and Shahannon's wedding today. It's 11:15 at night. This is our second attempt. And we're really testing things out for tomorrow's Vaishnava Voices episode. The internet doesn't look that great, so we might have to find somewhere else to do it. But for now, let us do Bhagavad-gītā 2:46. Okay, here we go. Bhagavad-gītā, the Song of God as it is by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Chapter 2, contents of the Gita summarize, traditional name?
Sankhya Yoga.
Yeah. Text number 46. Yāvān artha udapāne sarvataḥ samplutodake tāvān sarveṣu vedeṣu brāhmaṇasya vijānataḥ yāvān
All that
arthaḥ
is meant
udapāne
in a well of water,
sarvataḥ
in all respects,
sampluta-udake
in a great reservoir,
tāvān
in a great reservoir of water. Similarly,
sarveṣu
in all
vedeṣu
Vedic literatures
brāhmaṇasya
of the man who knows the Supreme Brahman,
vijānataḥ.
of one who is in complete knowledge.
Translation. Ready for this? Okay. Yeah. Over to you, honey.
Okay. All purposes that are served by the small pond can at once be served by the great reservoirs of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them.
Yes, the purpose.
The purpose. That word gets me.
Purpose.
Getting me in purpose.
Okay, you can read the next one?
No. To you.
No, just that word.
What? The rituals?
No, this one here.
Oh, the purport.
Yeah, the purport.
The purport. Purport. Oh my gosh.
The rituals and sacrifices mentioned in the karma-kāṇḍa division of the Vedic literature are to encourage gradual development of self-realization. And the purpose of self-realization is clearly stated in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad-gītā. Remember Tripurari Swami was saying that, when they would find a reference, they would follow that. So they would read this verse, then they would go to Bhagavad-gītā 15:15, and they would traverse like that.
Right.
It's awesome, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Bhagavad-gītā 15:15, the purpose of studying the Vedas is to know Lord Kṛṣṇa, the primeval cause of everything. So self-realization means understanding Kṛṣṇa and one's eternal relationship with him. The relationship of the living entities with Kṛṣṇa is also mentioned in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā. The living entities are parts and parcels of Kṛṣṇa. Therefore, revival of Kṛṣṇa consciousness by the individual living entity is the highest perfectional stage of Vedic knowledge. This is confirmed in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 3:33-7 as follows. Ahobata svapacho togariyan yajjivagre vartate namatubhyam te pustapas te juhuvu sasnur te pustapas te juhuvu sasnuraya brahmanuchurnama granantiyete. Oh my Lord, a person who is chanting your holy name, although born of a low family like that of a Chandala, a dog eater, is situated on the highest platform of self-realization. Such a person must have performed all kinds of penances and sacrifices according to Vedic rituals and studied the Vedic literatures many, many times after taking his bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. Hare Krishna pulls seals. I don't think you meant to say hate Krishna. It's a common mistyping or an autocorrect. Hare Krishna to you too, brother. How is the sound in the video? We're staying in an Airbnb right now, and we're testing out the Wi-Fi here. We're outside of cell phone reception where we are. Yeah, there it is. Hare Krishna. Yeah, we've been at a wedding, and we're away this week. Got a couple of podcasts tomorrow, testing things out late at night. 100% feeling the love. Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks for tuning in. Such a person is considered to be the best of the Aryan family. So this quote here, which is from the Bhagavatam. Now, I've told the story a bunch of times. I'm pretty sure this is from Govinda Dasi, and we should check this.
Okay.
But she went to Srila Prabhupada and she said, Srila Prabhupada, you say that in order to take up this Krishna consciousness, a person chanting your holy name, situated on the highest platform of self-realization, such a person must have performed all kinds of penances and sacrifices. Amor, it's contagious.
Pardon me, I'm sorry. It's 11:20.
According to Vedic rituals and study the Vedic literatures many, many times after taking his bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. So the way she asked the question is she said, Srila Prabhupada, you said that, we have to have performed like all of the different things and done so many pious activities. But we haven't done any of that. And then Srila, you know what Srila Prabhupada said?
Chant Hare Krishna.
No, he said, I have created your pious activities.
Oh.
Epic, eh?
Yeah.
Mercy, the creeper.
He has the perfect answers.
I know, he's amazing. Another great answer that he gave was someone said to him, this is real early on. Maybe, I'm not sure, but, it's like, the spiritual master's supposed to know everything. And this guy, this smart aleck, news reporter or someone in a class or something says, how many windows are there in the Empire State Building? You know what Prabhupada said to that? Without missing a beat, he just said, as many as there are drops of water in illusion.
I know.
That's actually a good, that would be a good one to use in a discussion about this careless vairagya idea of Garuda Das, Prabhupada's statements. But let us not digress too much.
Okay.
So one must be intelligent enough to understand the purpose of the Vedas without being attached to the rituals only, and must not desire to be elevated to the heavenly kingdoms for a better quality of sense gratification. It is not possible for the common man in this age to follow all the rules and regulations of the Vedic rituals and the injunctions of the Vedantas and the Upanishads. It requires much time, energy, knowledge, and resources to execute the purposes of the Vedas. This is hardly possible in this age. The best purpose of Vedic culture is served, however, by chanting the holy name of the Lord as recommended by Lord Chaitanya, the deliverer of all fallen souls. When Lord Chaitanya was asked by a great Vedic scholar, Prakashananda Saraswati, why he, the Lord, was chanting the holy name of the Lord like a sentimentalist instead of studying Vedanta philosophy, the Lord replied that his spiritual master found him to be a great fool, and thus he asked him to chant the holy name of Lord Kṛṣṇa. He did so and became ecstatic like a madman. In this age of Kali, most of the population is foolish and not adequately educated to understand Vedanta philosophy. The best purpose of Vedanta philosophy is served by inoffensively chanting the holy name of the Lord. Vedanta is the last word in Vedic wisdom, and the author and knower of the Vedanta philosophy is Lord Kṛṣṇa. And the highest Vedantist is the great soul who takes pleasure in chanting the holy name of the Lord. That is the ultimate purpose of all Vedic mysticism. Om Jnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. So let's just quickly take a look at the diff. Let's go on back to the beginning of the chapter. That's okay. We're on text number 46 now.
Yeah.
18.
Wow.
33, 38, 41, 45, 46.
Oh, How much?
Okay, all purposes that are served by the small pond can at once be served by the great reservoirs of water. All purposes served by a small well can at once be served by a great reservoir of water. Okay.
It's just like a word jugglery there. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Look, 246. What's the justification for that? Whatever it is, it's wrong. Huh? No? Too fanatical? Okay. What was there? It feels like to me. As an editor, you know, I've done editing,
More is
professionally, but you do that. You just feel like rewriting it, and you know, it's like, I don't know who said it. They said, you know, a good day of writing is like you spend all this time and you take a semicolon out, and then you spend all this time, and then you put it back in, and then you finish for the day. That's what it's like working as an editor. Yeah. Okay. Nothing there is meant. Okay, from the original manuscript. Oh, man.
Such a person is considered to be the best of the Aryan family.
See, editions of things like this is what they said that they were doing in that note we read at the end, adding in that, you know, the 15th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā, 15:7. Hang on. And here,
15.
not only that, but that
15:15 is there, and 15.
Oh yeah, 15:15 is here.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
15:17.
It's in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā. It's down here.
And then but
and
it's
it's in
another
15:7. It's gone into there. That's where it's gone. Okay. Let's have a look at Prabhupada's.
Lesson Medicine, Srila Prabhupada's writing.
Yeah, I think just for today, we'll just look at this one thing here, which is the translation. All purposes that are served by the small pond, all purposes served by a small well, can at once be served by the great reservoirs of water. Can at once be served by a great reservoir of water. You know, why has that been changed? Yeah, I want to see what Prabhupada's manuscript has. It's 246. Here it is. All purposes that are served by the small well can at once be served by great reservoirs of water. So, you know, that change actually takes it away from Srila Prabhupada's manuscript. And it's just, it's really like, oh, I think it would sound better if it was written like this. And I don't disagree with that analysis, but it is just like, that's not what you said you were doing. And you're taking it further away from Prabhupada's manuscript. So, you know, what they say they're doing, and that's some of what they're doing, but that's not the whole story. This is a good example of this, where it's been edited in a way that it was unnecessary and took it away from Prabhupada's manuscript. This is better than Prabhupada. That's what this is. Changing this here. Oh, we can make it better than what it was. It would be better if it was like this. It's like, that wasn't the first edition. It's not even the manuscript. It's you redoing the editing again. You know, as if you were the editor and you had free reign to edit it, which you don't. Okay, to the verse, anything that you want to say about that?
I want to go back to Srila Prabhupada's manuscript.
Yeah, okay. Should we open that?
No.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
In the second edition? Can be served to one. Okay. So the example here is that, I mean, the thing about this is that it compares the Vedas themselves to a small well, and that there's a great reservoir beyond it. All the purposes of the way, I mean, the analogy is that, if you go down to your local well or you turn the tap on, well, the clean water coming out of your tap, if you had a spring with water just bubbling up out of the ground,
it would be beautiful.
Oh, it'd be amazing, right? And then it turns into a river and runs down, or a stream. That would serve the same purpose as your little tap.
Yeah.
So in the same way, if you understand the purpose, or the purpose behind the Vedas, then any of the kind of injunctions that are in there can be served as well. And this is this idea that the karma-kāṇḍa section of the Vedic literature is designed to elevate the consciousness to come to the Uttara-kāṇḍa section, which is the Brahma-kāṇḍa, the Upanishads. And so this verse and the verse before really are a commentary on Vedanta Sutra itself, on that first sutra, Atato Brahma Jigyasa.
Okay.
And then why does this appear in this section here? As Krishna says to Arjuna, I first will explain it to you in terms of Sankhya, analytical study of the material world and the soul. And I'll now explain it to you in terms of yoga, of acting in devotion without attachment to the results. So he's now going to explain it. He's just explaining it in two completely different ways. It's so cool. And then this is the linking between the two of them, where he says that I'll use this second edition here, 245 and 46. I love studying the structure of the conversation. 245 and 46, the Vedas deal mainly with the three modes, become transcendental. All purposes served by a small well. So he's kind of like, he's going to explain it to Arjuna in terms of the karma-kāṇḍa. Although or another way, he's mixed in the karma-kāṇḍa, at the beginning of this. He says things to him, did he say considering your prescribed duty as a Kshatriya?
I see one of them. Oh, what was the number?
Yeah, here, 31. So, yeah, so here he comes to, he who dwells in the body will never be slain. So up to text 30 is like Brahma Vidya. But then he changes here to talking about, religious principles, Kshatriyas, heavenly planets. This is suddenly the karma-kāṇḍa presentation. But it came after the Uttara-kāṇḍa. So it's a bit confusing here.
Right.
Because first of all, he says, you're not the body, you can't, the body can't be slain. Then he suddenly starts talking about, going to the heavenly planets and stuff.
Yeah.
You're right. And so then, now he's going to clear up or explain the relationship between those two. And that's what the section here is.
We are in 46.
Yeah, I know we're in 46, but it's kind of like, it's one thing to look at each of the verses individually. It's another thing to look at how does this conversation develop structurally. That's always interesting to me because, anyway, to micro analyze the verse, it just means, what do you think? What's your take? Anything?
I think I'm ready for sleep.
Yeah. All purposes that are served by the small pond can at once be served by great reservoirs of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them. It's kind of like a general principle, but he's also foreshadowing that I'm going to tell you what the purpose is behind the entire Vedas, everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's foreshadowing that. You know, it's like, yeah, I understand your analogy and everything, sure, but like, how does that help me? And it's like, well, I'm about to tell you what the purpose behind the Vedas is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what this, how this piece plays into that.
All purposes serve by the small pond.
Yeah. We're at 20 minutes. Okay. How about we call it quits there?
Let's call it quits.
Yeah. Here's the verse again.
Okay.
Yāvān artha udapāne sarvataḥ samplutodake tāvān sarveṣu vedeṣu brāhmaṇasya vijānataḥ.
Just quite saying different. Okay, never mind.
What? Okay.
No. Sorry, my memory is a bit all over the place.
Translation? Good practice for you.
All purposes that are served by the small pond can at once be served by the great reservoirs of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them.
Very good. That's it. Okay.
I think it's the time of the night that my brain is just like not registering everything. It's like, okay. I know he has like some powerful explanation we can make out of this. It's just my brain's just like stagnated. Like, zzz. Anyways, don't want to make myself silly, so I won't say much.
All good.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Total world victory of Hare Krishna.